save the day, never fear.
Some of us are born with it, others have to search for it. Our journey to it may be a strenuous one, but once you have it, there's nothing that can't be done. Having them can often lead to a free-for-all, but make no mistake, if you experience hardship, they'll always answer the call. I don't quite know what I'd do without them, but I'm certain of one thing. For me, they climb a mountain. When they come up in conversation, you can find me speaking most candidly. You guessed it, I'm talking about family. And that, everyone, was a poem written by yours truly. Now, today I want to talk to you, my fellow nerd and nerdettes, about a character of whom I love oh so much, and her impact on me will never be forgotten. This character had one of the most cold and detached lives growing up in the beginning, but had, in my opinion, the most heartwarming ending. We're about to talk about the Black Widow and what being an Avenger meant to her. So let's get it.
Whatever it takes.
Natasha Romanoff, or known as Natalia to some, at a young age was recruited by the KGB. There, she trained in the ways of espionage. Nat was also later in her youth sterilized by the KGB, which led to her never being able to bear children or have a family of her own. Nope, no family. She was meant to be a weapon, and a weapon only. Natasha's skills as a spy were devastating, so devastating in fact that Homegirl's skills became a menace to global security. Nick Fury was later tasked with putting an end to her Anbu Black Ops ways, so he sent Clinton Barton, aka Hawkeye, to take her out. But upon witnessing the Black Widow's artistry for himself, Barton thought it'd be a better idea to recruit her, and Fury agreed. Basically, Fury told her, look, you want some top tier Metal Gear Solid espionage shit. I like you, and I want you. So she defected from Russia, and that was that. Natalia's expertise earned her a seat at S.H.I.E.L.D. After being accepted at S.H.I.E.L.D., Nat and Clint became close. So close, in fact, that they were pretty much like brother and sister. They became an amazing duo in and out of combat. They kept no secrets from each other. She even became an aunt to Clint's kids. For once, things were starting to look up for our girl Natasha. Because of S.H.I.E.L.D., she finally had a place to call home. She was then later somewhat recruited for the Avengers Initiative to stop the biggest threat the world had ever seen. This is where all of Earth's mightiest heroes came in contact with one another. An assassin, billionaire, Hulk, sharpshooter, patriot, and a god all came together to put an end to what would later be known as the Battle of New York. Over time, this absurd batch of individuals became Natasha's family. A dysfunctional family, sure, but a family nonetheless. These group of weirdos made our girl Nat happy. Happier than she's ever been. Which is why the fake death of Nick Fury in Winter Soldier seemingly affected her the most. Fury was somewhat of a father figure to Romanoff, and he saw her as a daughter as well. This can clearly be seen when she's almost killed in the finale of the film. It made her realize she was no longer alone. She had people she cared about, and she couldn't bear to lose them. Yet time after time, the family would grow and would be tested by some known or unknown threat. But it was nothing they couldn't handle, especially when they worked together. But then, the Sokovia Accords happened, which would end up being the Avengers' undoing. Some were for it, and some were against it. Natasha was one of the members who were for it, but she could honestly care less about the Accords. She signed so she could keep her beloved family. I mean, after losing S.H.I.E.L.D. and her romantic partner in Bruce Banner, the last thing she wanted was to forfeit her loved ones due to politics. She even tells Cap that staying together is more important than how we stay together. But Cap being Cap doesn't budge. One thing leads to another and a civil war happens, further solidifying the idea that a family divided is never a good thing. After the Civil War, the family would face their greatest threat in the form of Thanos. Long story short, he accomplished his goal and wiped out half the universe, and it couldn't be undone, which, for obvious reasons, took a toll on Natasha's family, and in an act of desperation, she did all she could to keep the squad together. Mostly everyone had a place or someone to go home to, but this was all Nat had. Her family was no more. Hell, even her best friend, Clint, the man who pulled her out from her lowest point, was gone now after losing his family. But yo, these are Earth's mightiest heroes we talking about. These beautiful bastards eventually found a way to undo what Thanos had done. So Miss Nat tracked down her brother Hawkeye, who now goes by Ronin, and got the remaining fam back together for one last epic family outing. However, much like Thanos, who had to suffer a heavy sacrifice to accomplish his goal, so too did the Avengers. See, while on her final mission with Clint to achieve the Soul Stone, Red Skull, the guardian of the Soul Stone, told them, "What you seek is in front of you, as does what you fear." Both obviously want to save the world, but they also seek their family, and they both fear losing them. I just want to say that Black Widow is actually one of my favorite family members. She's my second favorite Avenger, right behind Captain America. So seeing Nat and Clint fight each other just to see Natasha in the end give up everything she has come to love really shook me emotionally. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't in tears when watching this. See, I grew up on comics, both Marvel and DC. I used to get teased for it. So seeing her die for what she cared about made me feel like I just lost a friend. I was hurt, yet happy, and inspired, all at the same time. I mean, I was experiencing way too many damn emotions for a man to have while watching a Marvel movie. In a theater surrounded by friends and family. It's all good though. I don't think they even noticed. I was crying silently. In closing, I want to say, I'm going to miss Natasha's cinematic presence. The Black Widow, mother of the Avengers, a sister, a friend, and one of the world's greatest spies. In the end, the Avengers saw her as more than just a weapon. They saw her as family. And listen everyone, if there's anyone in your life, whether it be blood related or not, let them know you care or you're thankful. Because much like the Straw Hats, the Phantom Thieves, the Robins, the Serenity Crew, and any other ragtag group of individuals, they all have something in common with the likes of Steve Urkel and Natasha Romanoff. And it's that family matters. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This is Dez from Featuring Dez, signing out. Peace.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find.